All right, everybody, let's quickly take a look at the action today to see what happened. We'll use the NQ. NQ is a little bit more clearer than the ES today. So let's go and use it. The delete. All right, so basically on the wave chart, you can see that it went to a level and then buying activity came. So that's all there really is to it. Buying activity came. What was that buying activity? Is the biggest in 18 up waves in terms of biggest volume in 18 up waves, and the biggest distance, price move distance as an up wave in 5 up waves. So 18, biggest in 18 up waves in terms of volume, and biggest in 5 waves in terms of price distance, and 2.2 times average up volume. 2.2 times average up volume. That's the ratio. So that's it. You know, the down move here is ended. Why? Buyers are in. After that, it dilly-dallied until it finally tested these lows. It did not take out the low and then just gave a quick higher high to this area. What was the indication that they would make a higher high? Well, first, let's find the accumulation. The accumulation is here and also evident from the rally, the change of behavior. That's done. After that, this attempt to rally and go higher got stuffed here. That's too much volume. 95. That's basically saying you are not going higher. Okay, that right there stuffed it. So we'll indicate that that's distribution. How do you know? High volume, no follow through, followed by ease of movement to the downside. So that took it all the way back down. When it took it all the way back down, the same area that they were buying activity, there was reaccumulation. So this is where buyers were. They took it up, pulled back, retest, sellers stuffed it, went back down. We're looking right here. Buying activity is back in, right there. Buyers are back in, reaccumulating. That indicates that there's going to be another attempt at the high. So you just wait. But you need ease of movement. Where did that ease of movement come? It came right here. Without ease of movement, all this high volume, all of that, for me, is unclear, totally unclear, so it's pointless, right? You need the ease of movement to prove that your hypothesis that this is accumulation or distribution is correct. For example, over here, how this market fell, you have high volume, no follow through with a very high volume print right here. It doesn't mean anything. It could be a breakout, right? It could be absorption. It could be, all you can say is demand is encountering supply, but you cannot make the judgment that supply has overwhelmed demand until ease of movement to the downside. That occurs here. Where is it? There. Now you can say that demand, yes, encountered supply, and then supply overwhelmed it, taking price down, making a lower low. And that's why when it went back to the test, that area, it puked and fell. Price went down until it was reaccumulated here, made a high. Buyers are in, retested, was making a higher high, but got stuffed. And then you have your ease of movement to the downside right after that, saying, you know what, I'm taking it back down. And that's what happened here. right? So now this becomes meaningful. It's a resistance area because demand went up, encountered supply, supply pushed price down. That's a resistance area now because supply is there. Push price down until here, reaccumulated. How do you know? In the past it was there, but how do you really know is after ease of movement, which happens right here. Ease of movement to the upside, cracks these prior highs. Now we know this is some form of reaccumulation, gets retested, bang, goes up, right? Right here. That's also ease of movement, but this was the real indication, early indication. This is a secondary indication in terms of a rally. And that's why it held, because it pulled back to around that same area and gave one leg. It's not really a big move today. I don't know why. Probably because these sellers here are blocking the, blocking the buyers, but nevertheless, that's the logic of reading what's happening in terms of supply and demand. This is the supply that led to this puke, this down move. This is the accumulation that led to this move. This is the distribution that forced the market back down. This is the accumulation that led to market popping up. And this is the supply that's leading to the market unable to go higher. That's what's going on. All right, let's take a look at, you know what, that's about it. Have a good Friday. Thank you.